Yes guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Josh Phillida and today I will be reacting to the UEFA Europa League draw. Now in my video yesterday I reacted to the Champions League draw, which was very exciting, and today it will be the Europa League draw. A few big hitters in here, not as many, but I'm still expecting some tough groups, some great games ahead in this competition here. The UEFA Europa League, obviously the sister of the UEFA Champions League, the second tier competition in European football. Last year's winners were Sevilla, who beat Roma on penalties in the Puskas Arena in Hungary. What a final that was. And all I have to say is that prepare to be surprised. I guarantee that there will definitely be some teams that will do well in this tournament that you will not expect to. And obviously, it may all change because you do have to take into consideration that teams from the Champions League that finish third in the group stage will drop down. So the round of 32, that will be exciting to watch. Very exciting. And you never know, then you may see some big teams in there. Maybe Newcastle, Dortmund, Benfica, maybe. You could see Champions League winning teams in the Europa League once again. And that will make this competition even more exciting. So, the group stages. So, this is how it's going to work. In the Champions League, Pot 1 was filled of all the domestic champions, plus the Europa League title holders Sevilla and the UCL holders Manchester City. Well, in the Europa League, basically the only team that will automatically be in Pot 1 is West Ham United, who won the UEFA Conference League. So that means that every other team that's in the Europa League will be ranked according to their club coefficient, just like the Champions League, but in pots 1, 2, 4. So you'll see teams like Liverpool, Roma, Bayern Leverkusen in pot 1, and then pot 4 you'll have chip shop teams that no one's heard of. But yes, a great competition will be ahead, and I'm very excited for the draw. It's going to get underway shortly. They're just announcing all the teams and playing some highlights and reviewing last season. And I have to say about last season's Europa League, I think that was probably the best Europa League tournament. You had Manchester United getting knocked out by Sevilla. You had Juventus in there. You had Jose Mourinho's Roma off to a flyer. And will we get the same sort of tournament again? I think so. I think we definitely will. Obviously, Sevilla will not be there for the group stages, but you can still expect the same quality. Obviously, I still think big teams like Liverpool and Roma are going to rip up the Europa League. But, European competitions, you're always full of surprises. And let's talk about the final now. So the Europa League final, last year it took place in the Puskas Arena in Hungary, but this year it will take place in the British Isles. It will take place in the Aviva Stadium in Dublin, Ireland. So basically, that's a massive stadium. I think it's 50,000 or 55,000 seater stadium. It will host the final. And in terms of clubs in this competition, there are no teams from Ireland in the Europa League, so they won't have any sort of home advantage. But the Aviva Stadium, I know it's a fantastic stadium. It's an island as well, is a hotspot for Liverpool supporters. Loads of Liverpool supporters in Dublin, Ireland. That's originally where the Scousers come from. So I hope Liverpool reach the final, go to Dublin and win the final. And in terms of in terms of my own predictions, I think the winners of the Europa League will be Roma. Roma will win the Europa League. I'm only saying that as I don't want to jinx it. I'm not sure. Liverpool on paper do look like they are the favourites. Liverpool have been basically like they're above everyone else. Liverpool, but Liverpool being Liverpool, it's always unexpected. You can never know. You will never know. No one will know what Liverpool will do. Yes, I think we'll make it far into the tournament, but there will definitely be big teams towards the knockout stages, especially as the UCL teams come through to the Europa League. So yes, I think apart from Liverpool, Roma will win the UEFA Europa League. In terms of surprise packages, well, you've got loads of teams here. I am going for the surprise package to be West Ham United and Brighton and Hove Albion. One of those two teams, because West Ham, they've got all the confidence that they've needed. They've won a European trophy, and for them to be in the Europa League in pot one, that will make it so easy for them. They'll have easier teams than they did before in the Europa League, which will give them an extra boost of confidence, and I think West Ham will go far in the Premier League. Speaking of the Premier League, they'll go far in the Premier League and the Europa League. Brighton and Hove Albion, a team that defied all the odds and finished 6th place last season in the Premier League. Now, everyone was starstruck. Every single team in the Premier League was starstruck that a team of Brighton and Hove Albion's calibre reached 6th in the Premier League. Well, I can tell you now, Brighton and Hove Albion have an amazing team. Even though Caicedo has gone to Chelsea, they've got 115 extra million pounds in their bank to spend on transfers. And yes, the rumours are true that they are possibly trying to get a deal for Ansu Fati on loan from Barcelona. That would be a dangerous signing. Brighton and Hove Albion will definitely make use of him, and Ansu Fati will score loads of goals in the Premier League and he will excel. Brighton, you have young talents such as Mitoma, who had a breakthrough season last season in the Premier League. I'm excited to see what Brighton and Hove Albion can do in the Europa League, and I think that they will reach the semi-finals or the quarter-finals of the competition. They will have a very good tournament, and I think in the Premier League they will qualify for Europe once again. So the Europa League trophy is being brought onto the stage. I personally think that the Europa League trophy is one of the best trophies in world football. I mean, yes, it's not as good as the Champions League, but you know, it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. It's up there with the Premier League trophy. It's up there with the other trophies in there. It's amazing, and I can't wait for a big team. I hope that Liverpool can get their hands on it. Liverpool have won the competition 4 times. Sevilla have won it the record number 7 times, including one time where they won it 3 times in a row, which was absolutely amazing. There are talks of, obviously, the Europa League becoming more of a sort of Champions League-like competition for next season. In the Champions League, you have one massive group league table where each team plays 8 games, and the top 8 teams in the league qualify for the round of 16, and teams finishing 9th to 24th qualify via a playoff round, 2-legged playoff round. Now, will that suit the Europa League? I mean, it will be better for the teams competing, as there won't be any there will definitely not be any teams dropping down from the Champions League, it will be easier for teams to qualify in a sense. But if the Europa League went to that format, I don't think it would work that well. I think they should keep it as it is. But also UEFA will have to try and find a way where they can increase the number of teams, keep the current format, increase the number of teams playing in the competition to replace the teams that drop down from the Champions League normally. So, yes, the draw is starting very, very soon. They are announcing the hosts, the Aviva Stadium of Ireland. They're just showing it now. Looks really, really nice. Obviously, Ireland, the Ireland national team play there. It's very big, very popular, and I think Dublin is a really good host city for the final. It's got some history to it. It's got very nice landscape. Dublin and Ireland itself is a beautiful country. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. But yeah, Dublin is a perfect city. Hungary, yes, in a sense that was a very good host city as well, with the history and the culture. But Ireland, it's more European like than you think. Ireland will definitely be up for hosting the final. Dublin will be alive during the time of the Europa League final. Any team that will go to Dublin, Ireland, will experience things that they have never experienced before. Dublin is amazing, and I think this Europa League tournament and the final itself will also be amazing. So, we have got loads of teams in the tournament. We have got 4 pots. I'm not sure. I think there are groups A to H, I believe, or groups A to F. Less teams than the Champions League, I think. And here comes the Deputy General Secretary for UEFA Club Competitions. You guys will probably have seen him in every single draw in the competition here. It's the guy with the glasses and the white hair. So, here we go. The UEFA Europa League draw. They're going to explain the format now. New memories, new stories, and new legends, he's saying. He's saying that it will be a fantastic tournament. I think so as well. Most definitely a fantastic tournament. You've got all the representatives from the teams in the Europa League here. And the draw is taking place in Monaco, the same place as all the other European competition draws, like the Champions League draw. Same place, same room, same everything. I think the Europa League should get more respect. It should be almost the same level as the Champions League, definitely. Really, the Europa League is a very underrated competition, because yes, you've got the Champions League, which always is far superior, but the Europa League deserves respect because of things that happen in it. Like in the Champions League, there's more chance of a big team winning the title. But in the Europa League, you've only got 2 or 3 big teams. So it'll be more exciting because you'll get to know and you'll get to see more teams that people are unfamiliar with reach far in the competition. And that's why I think the Europa League deserves more respect. So pot 1, we have West Ham United, Liverpool, Roma, Ajax, Villarreal, Bayern Leverkusen, Atlanta and Rangers. Pot 2, we have Sporting Lisbon, we have Slavia Praha, Stade Rennais, Olympiacos, Real Betis, Lask, Marseille, and Maccabi Haifa. So groups A, B, C, and D will be the first 4 teams. West Ham will be in Group A. West Ham could be in Group A. Always, I think it's been a tradition. I think the past 2 times that the Conference League holders have been in Group A. I'm not sure now. But the Conference League draw will also be happening today. I don't think I'll be doing a watch-along reaction video for that. But teams that finish 3rd in the Europa League group stages will be relegated to the UEFA Conference League. The teams in Pot 1 will be drawn first, each one allocated to groups A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Pot 2, the same, followed by Pot 3 and finally Pot 4. Obviously, teams in the same domestic league cannot participate in the same group. Therefore, they'll be split into different groups, just like the Champions League and the Conference League, which is coming up in the future. Europa League games will be played on Thursdays, sometimes Wednesdays. I think we had Wednesdays last season. Some Manchester United games I remember were on Wednesdays. Thursdays, definitely, and Fridays, very rarely. Fridays will be mainly for Conference League games. So, the computer will assign the final positions for each clubs, creating their fixtures. So it's not always the case that the pot 1 team will face the pot 2 team. Sometimes the pot 1 team will play the pot 4 team first. 6 games play each team twice. And so, yeah, here we go. Proceedings will be beginning shortly. Let's put the volume up. So, pot 1, we have West Ham United, Liverpool, Roma, Ajax, Villarreal, Bayern Leverkusen, Atlanta, and Rangers. Just to be clear, those are the teams that are definitely in pot 1. So here we go. The first team to be drawn in the UEFA Europa League from pot 1 is taking a pretty long time. West Ham United, the UEFA Conference League winners, back in the Europa League again. And like I said, Group A. West Ham United are going in Group A. I think Mark Noble is there in the crowd. The second team from pot 1 to be drawn is Ajax of the Netherlands. Ajax, I think 4-time winners of the UEFA Champions League. Also a big team, favourites to win. They have lost Mohamed Kudus, who is going to West Ham United. So that'll be interesting to see how they can adapt. I think they'll go far in the competition, most definitely. The next team to be selected, Rangers FC of Scotland. Rangers, a bit of history about them. They have won the most Scottish Premiership titles with 55. Celtic are on 53. Rangers got knocked out of the Champions League last season in the group stages and reached the Europa League final 2 seasons ago. And that looks like, yes, Liverpool, a The third team to be drawn in the UEFA Europa League, Liverpool, the favourites to win the competition. Best team on paper. They came fifth in the Premier League last season, which was agonisingly close to qualifying for the Champions League. 4-time winners of the Europa League, the second most, and 6-time winners of the UEFA Champions League. Next team to be drawn is Villarreal, who are going in Group F. So that's West Ham in Group A, Rangers in Group C, Liverpool in Group E, and Villarreal in Group F. Atalanta of Italy are drawn next. Atalanta are drawn in Group D. Atalanta in Group D. 2021-22 season, they performed really well in the UEFA Champions League, making it to the last 8 of the competition during COVID times in Portugal. Next team to be drawn is Roma from Italy. Jose Mourinho's AS Roma surprisingly never won a Champions League nor a Europa League, but they did win the Conference League some seasons ago. They are also one of the favourites to win the competition. I think they will go very, very far, and under Mourinho, it will be very tough for teams to beat them. Next team, Bayer 04 Leverkusen. Bayern Leverkusen of the Bundesliga. They have won the Europa League before, once in 1987-88, and they were UEFA Champions League finalists in 2001-2002, losing 2-1 to Real Madrid in the final. And so that is Pot 1 completed. Pot 2, we have Sporting Club de Portugal, Sporting Lisbon, Slavia Praha, Stade Rennais. We have Olympiacos, Real Betis, Marseille, and one more team who they didn't show. So here we go. The first team from Pot 2 to be drawn is Olympiacos from Greece. They are the most successful club in Greek football history with 47 league titles. Their highest European finish was the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals in 1998-99. So Olympiacos. Let's see what group they will be drawn in. Olympiacos. Olympiacos will be drawn in Group A with West Ham United, a cracking tie. Next team, Olympique de Marseille. Marseille, the only French team to win the UEFA Champions League. Yes, they have won it before and more times than Paris Saint-Germain. They are going in Group B, I think, if they are eligible, yes. Group B with Ajax. Next team, Real Betis, who are drawn in Group C with Rangers. Real Betis, Spanish team, never won a European competition in their history. Famously won the La Liga title back in all the way in 1934-1935. It was very popular in Spain back then when they won the title. Next club is Sporting Lisbon of Portugal, another great team that knocked out Arsenal last season. Sporting, I think they will definitely go far, and with Marcus Edwards, who is their best player. Marcus Edwards, he will score loads of goals. He will score goals for fun in the competition. And yes, so next team to be drawn is Lask. So Sporting were in Group D and Lask will be in Group E with Liverpool. Their representatives are laughing because they know that they are absolutely screwed. Lask from Austria are in Group E with Liverpool. So we have Stade Rennais from France, who will be going in Group F with Villarreal. Stade Rennais will be going in Group F with Villarreal. That'll be a good group to watch. Villarreal, obviously Unai Emery's former team, reached the Champions League semi-finals, I think, a couple seasons ago, which was very good. SK Slavia Praha. So, Slavia Praha, a great team, always appearing in the Europa League and the Conference League. Sometimes in the Champions League, but they don't normally do well. Slavia Praha will be going in the same group as Roma. So, Slavia Praha will be joining Roma. Next team is Qarabag. You may not have heard of them, most likely not. Qarabag are a team from Azerbaijan. They are 10-time winners of the Azerbaijan League, and they have played in 18 editions of UEFA club competitions, and their coefficient ranking is 66th. So, they will be going in Group H with Bayern Leverkusen. Ajax and Marseille, that will be a great game. West Ham, obviously, they'll be facing some tough opposition. Pot 3, we have Molde, Brighton, Sheriff. We have also Union Saint Galois. Haven't heard of them. I think they're a German team. Not sure. So pot 3. Freiburg from Germany. SC Freiburg from Germany in the Bundesliga. Freiburg play in this beautiful Stadion Europa, lost to Juventus in last year's competition. Next team is Brighton and Hove Albion. So Freiburg will go in Group A with Olympiacos and West Ham. Brighton, oh dear, they will be going in Ajax and Marseille's group. So Brighton, Marseille and Ajax. A very tough group for them. That will be a very fascinating group to watch. Next team to be drawn is Sparta Praha. They will be going in Group C with Rangers and Real Betis. Sparta Praha, a team that have been quite successful in their domestic leagues, and well, they haven't been that successful in UEFA club competitions. They have reached it far, but they have never won a championship. So the Union team from Belgium, actually, they'll be going in Liverpool's group. They'll be joining Liverpool and Lask from Austria. That's a good draw for us. Good group so far. Next team, Maccabi Haifa from Israel. Maccabi Haifa will be going in Group F with Villarreal and Stade Rennais. They'll be joining Villarreal and Stade Rennais. A fascinating group. Sturm Graz of Austria. Recently, they have made the spotlight, reaching the Europa League for the first time in ages. Sturm Graz are a formidable team when it comes to in Austria, up there with Salzburg. They haven't won that many league titles, but Sturm Graz are definitely a good team, and I think they will perform very well in their Europa League group. Next team is Sheriff, the team that famously beat Real Madrid 2-1 at the Santiago Bernabeu all the way back a few seasons ago in the UEFA Champions League. Sheriff are a team that I admire. They should have some more. They should have more respect. And well, I mean, yeah, about that 2-1 game, that was the upset of the century for me. Sheriff will be going in Roma's group and starts with Slavia Praha. So Molde is the last team, and they'll be going in Group H with Bayern Leverkusen and Qarabag. So we have some great draws already. Atlanta, Sporting and Sturm Graz. Ajax, Marseille and Brighton, the pick of the bunch for me. Freiburg, Olympiacos and West Ham, another great group. Will be very competitive. And yeah, so pot 4 we have Toulouse, AEK Athens, Topola from Serbia, Servette from Switzerland, Panathinaikos from Greece, Rako Chetskovia from Poland, Aris Limassol from Cyprus, and Haken from Sweden. So, here we go. First team to be selected in pot 4 is FKTSC Baka Topola. I'm trying to pronounce it. They will be going in Group A with West Ham, Olympiacos and Freiburg. So that'll be a very interesting group for West Ham United. We'll see how far they go in the Europa League. It all rant about being champions of Europe, but we'll see. We'll see how far they go in the Europa League. Next team, AEK Athens in Group B with Ajax, Olympiacos and Brighton. What a group. I can tell you now, that is the best group to watch. That will be the most entertaining group, Group B. What a group. Highly unpredictable. It will be so hard to predict. Each team in there has quality players and have enough quality to go far in the competition. Next team to be drawn is Aris Limassol. Aris Limassol will be going in Group C with Rangers Sociedad and Sturm Graz. Rangers should easily qualify for the group stage, for the knockouts now. Next team is Rako from Poland. They are ranked 245th in the Uefa coefficient rankings, one of the lowest in Europe. They will be joining Atalanta's group, Sporting Club de Portugal and Sturm Graz. Next team to be drawn is Toulouse from France. Not a great team. They will be joining Liverpool's group in Group E. So, yep, their representatives are smiling now. They are. I think Toulouse have a chance to qualify second in the group stages. I think they've got really lucky with the teams that have been drawn in their group. And I think that they'll definitely come second. Group F, who will be joining Villarreal, Stade Rennais and Maccabi Haifa. It will be Greek side Panathinaikos, if I've said it correctly. Panathinaikos, another great European group there, full of talent and potential. 2 more teams to go in pot 4. Servette FC from Switzerland will be going in Group G with Roma, Slavia Praha, and Sheriff. So I think that'll be a good group. It'll be a good group for second place because I think Roma will just kill every single team in that group stage. I think they have a chance to clean sweep them all. 6 wins out of 6, 18 points. And the last team is Haken from Sweden. Haken, they have won the Swedish league many times. They are currently third in the league, trailing first place by 4 points. And they will be concluding the draw and going in Group H with Leverkusen, Qarabag and Molde. So, that concludes the UEFA Europa League draw. So let's go through all the draws again and I'll give you guys some predictions. So, let's get writing and let's get predicting. So, Group H, we have West Ham United. We have Olympiacos, Greek side. We have Freiburg. And we have FKTSC Baka Topola. So in that group, I think West Ham will come first in their group. Freiburg will come second. I think Freiburg will make use of their home advantage, 12th man. Olympiacos will come third and Baka will become last. Group B, we have Ajax from the Netherlands. We have Marseille. This is the most entertaining group. We have Brighton. And we have AEK Athens. So, I think it will stay in that original order. Ajax will come first, Marseille second, Brighton will be joining the Conference League teams, and Athens will be dead last. AEK Athens will be competitive for that Conference League spot though. Brighton, I think they will get relegated from the Europa League, but they will definitely go far in the UEFA Conference League. I think that they have a chance of winning the competition. I think Brighton will win the Conference League. They'll be up there with their English counterpart Aston Villa. Group C, we have Rangers, who lost. I think it was 7-4 or 7-3 on aggregates to PSV, losing 5-1 in the second leg. That was an abysmal performance from Rangers, which got them knocked out of the Champions League qualifiers. Next, Rangers, we have Real Betis. We have Sparta Praha. And we have Aris Limassol. So, Rangers, I think I'm going Rangers to come second in the group. Only because I know Real Betis are a dangerous team. Real Betis will come first, Rangers second, Sparta Praha third, and Aris Limassol fourth. Group D, we have Atalanta from Italy. We have Sporting Lisbon. We have Sturm Graz. And we have Rakow. So, now, these are the teams that I don't know much about. However, Atalanta, I think it'll be a two-horse race for top of the group between Atalanta and Sporting Lisbon. Two great teams, two amazing sets of players. However, I think Sporting Lisbon will come first, led by Marcus Edwards. He will be their he'll be the top goal scorer for them. Atalanta second, Sturm Graz third, and Rakow fourth. Now, so that's groups A, B, C, and D done. Next sets of teams to be grouped and predicted. So I'm going for. Okay. Some sort of tough groups there as well. So Group E, we have Liverpool. We have Lask. We have Union Saint-Galois, Toulouse, and we have Toulouse. I thought Union was originally from Germany because Union Berlin, but they are from Belgium. So Liverpool, they'll cruise this group easily. I think LASK will come second, Toulouse will come third, and Union will come fourth. That'll be a very close group for second and third between LASK and Toulouse. I think LASK will ultimately just about edge the French side to qualification. Group F, we have Villarreal, we have Stade Rennais, we have Maccabi Haifa, and we have Panathinaikos. Right, that is a very tough group to predict. Now, the question is, Panathinaikos, Maccabi Haifa, or Stade Rennais to come second, because I definitely know Villarreal will become top of their group. Maccabi Haifa did well in the Champions League despite getting knocked out dead last. I think they won one of their games, performed really well against PSG even though they lost. I think I'm gonna have to give second place to Stade Rennais. Maccabi Haifa will come third and Panathinaikos fourth. It will be very close. It will be something of a 1 point margin probably. Now Group G, we have Roma, we have Slavia Praha, we have Sheriff, and we have Servette. So I'm predicting Roma to be top of the group. Second, I'm actually going to go for Sheriff here. I'm going to go for Sheriff to get second. I think that they'll be an amazing team in this competition, and I think that they will beat Slavia Praha to qualify. Slavia Praha will come third, and Servette will come fourth. Final group, we have Bayern Leverkusen of the Bundesliga. We have Qarabag from Azerbaijan. Bro, these Balkan teams, man. Molde. And we have Haken. Leverkusen will come first. I'm giving Molde second. Haken, actually, team from pot 4. Haken, I think, will come third. I think they'll get relegated to the Conference League. But I think that they will beat Qarabag. I think Qarabag will have a shocker and come dead last in their group. So there you have it. So I predicted the dark horse of the competition to be West Ham United and Brighton Hove Albion. I predicted the winners to be Roma or Liverpool, but I'd go Roma just because I don't want to jinx it, and I think Jose Mourinho this time will go one step further and seek revenge for what happened to Roma last year. And yeah, so that's the UEFA Europa League group stage draw completed. Thank you guys for watching. It's been amazing. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share my channel and videos. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.